Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you are watching the Exploring Oracle, or the Exploracle for short. So if you're new here, what I usually do on this channel is I show you a deck from my personal collection, show you all of the cards, and let you know my thoughts. Today we'll be taking a look at an indie tarot deck called the Way Home Tarot. So this is by Baccarat Wintner and Autumn Whitehurst. This is what the sides of the box looks like, and it is a two-piece box that I wish had thumb cutouts because yeah, it's a little bit hard to open. Okay, all right. So it's just a plain box on the inside, and this is what the cards look like. Now, it doesn't come with a guidebook in the deck, but you do have the guidebook for it is WTF is Tarot Guidebook, and yeah, this one. So I have it on my Kindle. Oops. I have it on my Kindle. I purchased it from Amazon separately. And that is the corresponding guidebook for this deck. So later on, when we pick a card, we'll read from the guidebook. But yeah, just so you know, the deck itself doesn't come with a guidebook. The cardstock is, it's a satin smooth cardstock. Snaps back really well, but quite flexible and bendy. Really great for riffle shuffling. Like this deck is also quite slippery, as you can see, and this deck is just amazing to riffle shuffle. It's one of my favorite cardstocks to riffle shuffle and to shuffle in general. Although I still think that my favorite is linen, but yeah, this comes really close because it feels really good in the hand to shuffle. These are the backs. They are reversible. It is not gilded or edged. And now let's zoom in and take a closer look at all of the cards. All right. So these are the cards. It does have a little bit of a border. You have the number at the top and the name of the card at the bottom. It is, I would say, a nature-based deck. There's not, you don't see people with faces here. So there's not a lot of people in this deck, and they are mostly silhouettes, which I am more drawn to. I don't know if you've been watching my channel long, you would notice that I probably have more people-less decks that are my favorites. I don't know, for some reason I just prefer it that way. I do have a lot of nature-based, animal-based decks because of that reason, and this is why I'm also really drawn to this deck, because there's not a lot of people. There is a card here that a lot of people don't like because it does show animal death, but personally I don't really mind it, and I accept that it is a part of life. And I do appreciate, I'm not sure if it's Baccarat or Baccarat, or maybe I'm wrong, either way, for including that depiction in this deck. Now, as always, feel free to slow down, to speed up, to slow down, or pause if you want to take a closer look at the cards. I do want to also note that the Strength card here is on the 11th position and Justice is in 8th. So, here. Hangman. This is the card that I was mentioning. So, in the Death card, I also don't really like actual death in my death cards, but for this deck it does seem to work because it kind of talks about the cycle of life and the changes that go along with it. So I don't know, I can be contradictory at times, and I'm sure most of us are. But yeah, I really like this Tower card though. So here's the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the Universe. Then you go on into the minors. You have the Wands, Two of Wands. It does get a little bit pippish, but I don't really mind it. Four of Wands. It is also quite scenic. So somewhat pippish, somewhat scenic. Of course, I appreciate the scenic scenes more, like this one for the Six of Wands. The Seven of Wands. Yeah, and then you go into a pippish style. But overall, I do like this deck. Then you have the 9, the 10 of Wands, the Daughter, it's the Page, the Sun, and this is what I mean by the silhouette, so we don't see their faces. Mother for Queen and Father for King. Moving on to the Suit of Cups, 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 6 of Cups, 7, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, oops, and then you have the 10. Daughter, Son of Cups, Mother of Cups, Father of Cups, and then you go into the sword suit, Ace of Swords, 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, you have the 5, 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9, then 10 of Swords. Then you have the Daughter, the Son, the Mother, and Father. Then lastly, for the Pentacles, the Ace, 2 of Pentacles, 3, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, oops, 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 9, 10 of Pentacles, then you have the Daughter, the Son, the Mother, and the Father. Alright, zooming out, let me show you how the shuffles. Oh, let's zoom out a little bit more. And let me just show you. This is, oops, one of my favorite decks to shuffle. It's a little bit slippery, but it riffle shuffles so well. I'm being extra clumsy for no reason today, but yeah, see, it's just a really smooth riffle shuffle. And you know, sometimes it helps calm myself when I have a deck that's easy to shuffle, and I just shuffle. Can shuffle it both ways. And yeah, I'll do it one more time and I'll show you the overhand, because it also shuffles really well that way, because it is really quite slippery. So there's no sticking, no clumping, but you do have to mind that you don't drop the entire deck, because it does get to be quite slippery. I don't really mind that. Some people might. Personally though, I do like the slippery card stuff. Okay. So we were just talking about this card, and I'm sorry for those who are quite sensitive to this imagery, so I just won't zoom it too much. But this is the Death card from the Way Home Tarot deck, and let me just check what it says on the guidebook. So I do want to show you that since this is a full book, the entry for each card, and this is just the actual meanings, because you also have some other information in the book. So you have here some keywords, the card meaning. So it like 2 pages of the card meaning, the image, and then an anecdote as well for more information and what it would look like, what it means in a reading. So I'm just going to be reading the card meaning and what it means when it comes up in a reading. So the keywords first are transition, loss, natural, leveling, transformation, freedom, bear, impartial, return, refinement, letting go, metamorphosis, closure, release, bridge, and inevitable. And in the card meaning, it says, with death, we arrive at one of the most dreaded cards in the tarot because it is a card that has so much fear and negativity associated with it. Readers are quick to dismiss the grittiness of death and explain it as rebirth or transformation. The instinct is a kind one, but to do so does not fully humor the gravity of this card and cheapens the experience for people going through it. Yes, death facilitates transformation. Yes, there is a natural rebirth that this cycle enables. But for either of those to take place, the dying needs to happen. It's a loss, and a significant one. And it probably effing sucks. Even if it is graceful, dignified, and right, there is an inevitable pain that accompanies it. Rarely does death symbolize the physical death of a person, and I strongly advise exercising caution about interpreting this card literally. Usually, it shows up to signify the death of a relationship, job, behavior, or part of ourselves. The spiritual concept of dying before you die is explored across religions and faiths, typically encouraging people to not shy away from the opportunity death provides us to live a fuller, more authentic life. The comfort of death is that whatever is passing is no longer meant to live. It could be said that in justice we have discovered what needs to die. In the hangman we let go of it, and in death it leaves us. In addition to grief, there is often a sense of relief and rightness that accompanies this experience. When we defy death, when we hold on to something that no longer wants to be possessed, we still do not get to keep it. The thing in question will calcify, embodying the devil's toxicity and destructive qualities before it is eventually shaken loose through the tower. Knowing that something is meant to end does not necessarily make the ending easier, but it does provide context in a space where we could otherwise be swallowed whole by our grief. It is human nature to avoid pain, but after justice, we pass this point of being beholden to just our human nature. This is a point that many people do not pass. They reach justice and live in it, meet their mortality at the hangman, and experience death once at the end of their life. To achieve justice is no small feat, for it allows a life of integrity, values, and balance, and it is no place to pass judgment on people who take this path. However, death is far from the last card. Allowing this energy into our life makes room for the glorious cards yet to come. In my experience, they are not to be missed, and it is worth feeling all the pain that death brings with it in order to continue on. And then at the last part of the section for death, it says that in a reading, I would be remiss to not discuss here how sensitive, painful, and just overall soul-crushingly shitty the death card can be for people. When this card shows up in a reading, I encourage the person I'm reading for to fortify themselves with support. This is going to suck. It's going to feel surreal. Reach out, take care of yourself, get support, seek solace in ritual, give yourself space to grieve. Don't try to pretend like everything is okay. It's not, but it eventually will be. Something is dying, and yes, it's really over, even though that feels impossible. So, if anything, I think this book, or this ebook in my case, is a good book to read. There's a lot of perspective. It's also written in a very casual way, which makes it easier to connect to. And as a beginner, I really appreciated that. So I have read that book, and I don't use it as much with the deck though. So because I tend to just use the deck on its own. But yeah, the WTF is Tarot book is really a good resource as well. So what do you think about the deck? Are you drawn to decks like this? I really enjoy the silhouette type imagery of the court cards as well. And yeah, even though it is a little bit pippish, I still enjoy it overall. Alright, so that has been the flip through of The Way Home Tarot by Baccarat Wintner and Autumn Whitehurst. I hope you find this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to click on the like button and do consider subscribing to my channel. See you again next time. Bye!